Hey guys, Vol here. Just been playing a little bit of Diablo 3 recently. I'm actually enjoying their new seasonal content. Diablo was a game that sort of got boring for me after a while, and for most people too, I guess. But yeah, I just had a bit of spare time on my hands recently, and I've been playing. So why am I enjoying it at the moment? Well, the new Greater Rift thingy is pretty decent. It basically means that you can be challenged by something which is not too difficult but not too easy either, and the whole magic find thing, picking up more items, seems a bit more meaningful because you're working towards, improving not just your character but your ability to clear these rifts. And the rate at which legendary items drop and set items drop now is more satisfying. It feels a bit more like the original Diablo 2. I don't feel as though there are a lot of usable sets. Really, everybody seems to play a fairly similar build. At the moment, I'm basically net decking, so to speak. I'm just copying a build that I saw most other barbs are using. I've basically got the Raycors set, the Vile Wards, just general sort of bits and pieces, a legendary two-handed weapon, and I'm doing the whole Furious Charge build. So, just going to open up a Greater Rift now. Let's see if I've got a trial key. Yep, here we go. Keystone of Trials. Grab that one. Favorite character's always been the Barbarian. Just really enjoy playing the close combat character. And because I've played the male Barb so many times and I'm just so used to the animation, I'm trying out the female one. The thing about this build is the Furious Charge skill is just buffed by a huge stack of item abilities. So as you can see, it's pretty powerful. Obviously this is just wave 1 of the actual rift. I'm trying not to put it up too high because I'm really just doing the rifts at this point to level up my gem. Speaking of which, the actual gem system is pretty cool. It allows you to constantly improve your gear, but it becomes harder and harder, diminishing returns, so to speak, later on. And the choice of gem options are actually quite interesting. I like the fact that it's not completely a no-brainer. I mean, you do put some thought into what gems to use. Obviously some are better than others, but it's not like, it's just obvious which 3 gems to use in your jewelry, so to speak. So this Realm of Trials thing I'm doing right now is what determines how difficult the Greater Rift is, but at the end of the Greater Rift, I mean, I'm not really sure why I'm even explaining all this stuff. I mean, you guys either play Diablo 3 or you don't. But I do quite like this Realm of Trial things because you can use it to either artificially set the difficulty, or you can use it to determine how powerful your character is relative to other people's characters. Actually using the lightning gem at the moment, which activates on hit. Oh, things are getting a little bit tough. So this is probably going to be the last wave for me, I reckon. Yeah. Previously I was playing, just gonna make sure that I don't finish the wave before the timer goes out. Oh, rank 23, okay. Probably find that rank 23 will cause me a few issues, to be honest. One thing about my character at the moment is it's not decked out very well defensively. I've basically only very recently acquired the items I need to generate a decent Furious Charge build, and it's really just pure damage at this point. So we'll see how that goes. Yeah, I'm actually getting beaten up pretty bad straight away. So it probably would have been better if I started with an easier level rift. Yeah. Anyway, we'll see what we can accomplish. Rank 23. I think Conduit, yeah. These pylons are actually quite a lot of fun because you just get to run through the mission insta-killing everybody, which is a lot of fun. And I've been frozen. That was actually a bit of a noob move there, going back for the dart instead of going around killing people. So it's actually the pylon doing the damage at this point, not my skill, not my ability. Furious Charge is fire skill, I believe. Yeah, I'm using battering ram anyway. I think the fire items are just a little bit easier to obtain in general, although the lightning skills also pretty cool. I've got a few of the lightning based items which I could use.
I won't do that. You cannot stand before me.
Yes, this doesn't seem so bad. I think that initially that first mob around 2 was a little bit tougher and I didn't have a chance to charge up my skills at this point. Seems to be going okay. Might need to drop a potion though. Very recently picked up a unique potion, which I thought was quite fun. I had no idea they even existed. That's how fresh I am with Diablo these days. The other thing I haven't really done is those key warden missions where you upgrade that infernal machine or whatever it's called, get the Hellfire ring. I haven't actually done that yet, so that's one bit of content that I haven't got round to. I did manage to get into the Treasure Goblin's Realm of Greed at one point, which was hugely fun. What you do is you reset your Paragon points to Gold Find, and if you can, put a high-level topaz in your helm, in your hat. And the amount of gold that you get is insane. You get like 30 million plus, which is really actually quite important. In Diablo 2, for example, gold wasn't really much of an issue. But in Diablo 3, you need that gold if you want to upgrade your gems, basically. So that really helped me get to a high-level gem. Looks like I'm probably going to get killed here. Yeah, I'm going to be going down. Just ran into a bit of a pack that was tough. Note that I'm playing softcore, not hardcore. One thing I've always loved about Diablo 3 is the hardcore option, but my internet connection in New Zealand is just pathetic. I literally disconnect from the internet at random 3 or 4 times a day at least. So it's just not really an option for me to play hardcore. I would just die through no fault of my own, really. Looks like this pack is finally going to go down, although they might kill me again. Yep, certainly have. Like I said, my character is not really equipped very well defensively, and I've got a lot of points, a lot of stats and damage right now. Maybe I should reconfigure a little bit. Either that, or I should just be using Ignore Pain a little bit more effectively, I guess. Let's see if we can get rid of this guy. Here we go. Got him.
I won't do that. Health returns.
Sweet. So, how far are we through this? About 2/3 of the way through the rift. Interestingly, with greater rifts, you don't pick up treasure and loot along the way. Whoops. And I actually quite like that. One of the really arduous chores in this game is just constantly picking up yellow items to see if they're any good, and once you get to a certain point you just don't even bother picking up the rares, you just go for the uniques only, and walking around to pick up the gold and open the chests. Whereas with greater rifts you can just really focus on dealing damage and doing the monsters and then get all the treasure at the end, which I actually quite like. I wouldn't want the entire game to be like that. I just like the diversity really, whereas you know you're in pickup mode during the normal spots, and you're in slaying the monsters mode during the greater rifts, which is, yeah, I find it good. Managed to get to a shield pylon at this point, which is great. Stops me from dying so frequently. Clears the rift a bit quicker. As you can see, Furious Charge is really the hot skill for the Barbarian at the moment. I guess what Blizzard do is they look around for a skill that people haven't been using, and then sort of reconfigure the game to make that skill, you know, more powerful, and that's how I would do the design as well. To be honest, I mean, a little bit more balance would be nice. I think it'd be best if there were some sets and items out there which made, I don't know, Ancient Spear really good or something like that. Yes, people use all of the abilities. I mean, if you look around, you do find barbarians which are committed to certain skills, but there are a few skills which really nobody uses, or only a couple of people use for the sake of novelty. And yeah, I don't really understand why the game can't be designed in such a way that we get get a bit more balanced than that. I mean, how could it be? But, you know, just the same as any other game, really. Getting back into War Machine recently, I was doing a bit of study, and it always just depresses me how you find things that are inexplicably bad, and it's just true in any game. Kind of makes me want to get into game design in some ways, but yeah, I'm sure that there's problems. Okay, Power Pylon, these things are a lot of fun. Basically, you just go around insta-killing things because your damage is multiplied by like 4 or whatever. Hopefully it doesn't result in me dying before I get to use it. That's where Ignore Pain comes in handy.
No way.
We're nearly at the end of this mission anyway. Alright, here it is. Any second now, Rift Guardian. Here he is. Okay, which Rift Guardian did we roll this time? Lighter. That's cool. Potions on cooldown. Ancients are on cooldown. Furious Charge isn't so good against the bosses, but that's alright. Let's go zoom in here so you can see a bit more of the graphic. That's one thing about Diablo 3 when you play in a group, is that all of the abilities are just going off constantly and you can barely even see what's going on. It becomes less visually beautiful at that point. Although speaking of visual beauty, I've always really admired what they managed to do with this game by the end of it. We all remember what it was like sort of before the game came out, seeing pictures and stuff. Oh, looks like I'm gonna get killed. Plenty of time though. Oh, here's a globe. That's fine. This. Just chuck the Ignore Pain down a bit, and then I can potion it up. Just get out of this little pool. And let's turn on the ancients.
I am hurt. I must wait longer.
This is the way. Feels a lot faster like this too. So yeah, that's Greater Rifts. Hopefully it shouldn't take too much longer to kill this guy. I am in the NZ clan, so if you play in New Zealand and you play Diablo, I would recommend joining it, because all of us are from New Zealand. It's a pretty decent clan so far, pretty friendly. Made some new friends, that's what it's all about. Oh, yeah, didn't manage to survive that time. This poison damage is really killing me. Man, I must have been killed 4 or 5 times this rift. The cooldown gets higher every time you do die, and I think there should be fairly severe punishments for dying, otherwise it just becomes a bit of a silly game by the end of it. At the moment I think softcore players have got it a little bit too easy, but that's fine. Really, you don't play the game so much for the challenge as you do just the enjoyment of making a really cool character. That's what it comes down to for me and for most people. Come on. Got him. Let's see if we get any decent loot. A sword. Alright. It looks like a sword that I already have, which is okay. Really it's the two-handed weapons which seem to be in vogue at the moment. Let's just have a quick look at it. Yeah, it's that Wind Fury one, or whatever it is called. Wind Seeker or something. Thunder Fury. Blessed Blade of the Wind Seeker. Fair enough. As you guys can see, I'm using a legendary Blackguard, so rolled pretty well in it, so that's not going to be replaced too often. So we've got Urshi here who lets you do a harder rift or a gem. I'm going to upgrade the gem, and it's going to be the lightning one for sure, because I'm really enjoying that lightning one at the moment. Here it is. Already on rank 3, put it up to rank 4. The higher the rank goes, the less likely it is that you will get a successful upgrade. But at the moment it's a low one, so it's 100%. And that's it. Well, hope you guys enjoyed this little look at my very short career with Diablo 3. Come and hang out and play if you want to. I'm not really sure what my battle tag is. Here it is, Vol #1159 is my battle tag, so if you want to get in touch with me on D3, fair enough. See you guys next time.